I'm talking about your connection to your ego death, right? There's this old Japanese guy. He's probably like 52, and I was rusty. And some people just have your fucking card, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy would
Battles make
just,
fights.
oh, dude, he would always just get me in side control and hold me there. And then, like, he never really tapped me, but he would always just hold me there. And then, like, I would just try to shrimp, try to get out, all that jazz. And I did for a while, but he was just always one step ahead of me. And it was just so infuriating. And then I would be leaving, like, oh, I'm just going to fucking kick this guy's ass. I'm like, no, you're not. Because this guy just kicked your ass on the fucking mats.
Yeah.
And then you have to like go home. You have to go home and like, I remember walking home frustrated, like
what do you do next?
Yeah. And it's just like, you got to take the L.
I'm going to kill that guy. You're like, oh wait, he just beat my ass. Like, what am I going to do now? Yeah. That's a part of that death is like, the other part of that growth, that inner game is having those emotions, having that rage, and knowing there's nothing you can physically do about it. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, just
because you don't win fights, you don't win jiu-jitsu competitions by getting angry and emotional.
Yeah.
So it's a forced stoicism. You have to take a step back from that rage, breathe, and like think your way through the position.
Yeah.
It's the only way you're going to get out of it. It's the only way you're going to grow. You can't rage your way to success.
I just think that it's truly a part of manhood that is like, for the most part, is lost. Is literally,
we don't. A lot of we don't do that with our children. A lot of times they don't have to face those physical challenges. They don't have to face that adversity, and then we have zero like rituals around becoming men.
Rite of passage.
Yeah, there's no more rites of passage at all.
Not yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no societally enforced one. But you can put your kids into jiu-jitsu, you can put your kids into a martial art and wrestling, and they'll definitely have to man up.
Yeah. I think that when it comes to combat sports, I think it's really good. I think it's healthy too for guys to let this rage out in a healthy way. When I was pretty upset about some shit in November, and I remember I called up my buddy Steve, and Steve is he has a couple pro fights under his belt, and I said, listen, man, I'm gonna pay you for a session. Let's just go work some mitts in the park. And after just letting that out, you just feel so much better as a man. Anger for men is like crying for women, right? Just like it's like our crying, and we just get out.
You have to direct it in the right direction.
Yes. Yeah.
But I will even say, I think the more you train, the less the less angry it becomes. Like you really do start becoming a separate person from your feelings, your emotions. You'll feel them, but they're this thing over here. They're not driving where you're going. Because like I don't have to be angry or whatever to hit the bag. I don't have to be angry to go through those workouts. Like I'd rather be in a good chipper mood or be in my zone. That's really preferably where I'd like to be, is where I'm focused and I'm in that zone and I'm just focused on breath and hitting the activity, hitting the technique, and hitting what I'm doing perfectly every time. I think the more you're involved in it and the more you go through it, the less you get angry at things.
Right.
Because that's another part of the martial arts thing, is like understanding, the things you can control and the things you cannot. And when you can look at life in that sense, you don't get as angry. You don't get as emotional about it, because it's like, do you get angry that the sky's blue? Like, you just deal with it. The sky's just blue.
Yeah.
I wish I had a third arm so it was easier to choke people or something. Like, you have to let go of some of those wishes and dreams or whatever that aren't a part of reality.
Let me ask you this. Title of today's show is using combat sports to target and kind of like tame your inner demons. So what kind of inner demons were you struggling with at the time when you came to this realization you could use martial arts to calm it down?
Well, at the beginning of this year has been very positive for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we met in December,
Yeah,
and
I have that
I was still
effect.
doing good, but I'm still a little not 100% over the divorce and losing
Really,
half a million
still,
dollars in the divorce. Like it's
I didn't
still
know you
burning.
lost it to her.
The half million, yeah, I lost a half million in the divorce,
She
and
got awarded $500,000.
yes, it was close to 400,000 in cash, and then the rest was assets, and all those assets have increased, so it's more than that now.
Damn.
But like I don't care right now. Like I'm not. I
Yeah,
can
she's not
say
in the
it, and
kitchen.
I'm not, because I've come to, like, I don't know, I found some closure in the last month, and
Mhm,
I think some of that is I've been back in the gym and training again,
mhm,
and I didn't do much training at all the last year.
mm,
And I think being around the guys, being in situations where, I'm not top dog anymore. I'm old. I'm an old guy, and I'm a lot heavier. I'm about 230 right now. So all the guys
mm.
I'm working with are light heavyweights and heavyweights. So it's a different world also.